Put your ego aside. Okay? If I think back to some of the biggest mistakes I see in clients, it's this. Number one, if you haven't made it, if you haven't achieved what you're after, and you've put in a considerable amount of time and effort, realize that you don't got what it takes. This is harsh. Because what's the ego saying? No, I do have what it takes. I'm smart enough. I'm good enough. No, you're not. If you were, you would have figured it out. This here is what separates people who get ahead and people who don't. People who are willing to admit that they don't have what it takes, that they aren't smart enough. I was fortunate to be one of those people. When I first started out, I was like, oh, I'm going to try to work on my social skills, and I just failed. I was too afraid. I'd come up with excuses. I would suck. And instead of being stubborn and being like, oh, I'm going to just figure it out, and I got what it takes, I was like, you know what? I don't. And that's fine. Once you admit you don't have what it takes, what can you do? You can start asking for help. You can start looking outside of yourself for resources. And unfortunately, people don't do that. They hang on to, oh, I got what it takes. I'm smart enough. I'll figure it out. I'll do it alone. Instead of just putting your ego aside, taking the hit. You can't do it alone. If you were smart enough, you wouldn't be here. You would have done it. At what point are you going to be like, well, okay, I've wasted enough time. Maybe I'm too stupid. And guess what? That's okay. It's okay to not be able to do it alone, and it's okay to ask for help. Okay, this is one of the things I make everyone who I coach sign. By the way, I make them sign a commitment letter, let's just say, when they start their coaching. And one of them is asking for help isn't a form of weakness. And they have to sign that and commit to it. It's okay to ask for help. It's crazy how we think that asking for help is like admitting defeat. Oh, I'm asking for help. Oh, if I'm ashamed of it. It's like, no, it's not a form of weakness. Admit, like, okay, audit yourself. Do I have what it takes? Do I keep putting things off? Do I keep procrastinating? Do I keep coming up with excuses? Do I keep failing? Do I keep falling into the same habits over and over again? If so, I don't have what it takes. I'll accept that, and I will now ask for help. It's not a form of weakness. It doesn't make me less of a person. This is how I get ahead. If you think of a lot of the things you've been struggling with and how long you've been struggling with those things, imagine if from the start you're like, you know what, I suck, let me ask for help. You would have solved them much faster and you wouldn't have wasted so much time.